So, again, I'm not game enough to say what the medals are for that women's under 16 because it was so close. The men's under 16 and under 15 heptathlon 1500s, they're going to go off at the same time. Now, we've just had Blake Deary's dad come up to the commentary box. If the ACT athlete, he's in the under 16 event, he's leading it, Blake Deary. If he can run under 4:37.5, Bree sets a national record.
His dad did say it was a big PB, but I've got all faith.
Yeah, let's believe.
Yep, I want to see it.
Blake Deary. So, I'll tell you what hip number he is, as long as my papers don't fly away. Hip number 11 is who we're looking for. So he's leading the event clearly, but if he can get under 4:37.5, he'll get an Australian record. Glad. That's beautiful parenting, just coming up and making sure that we know so we can pump him up. You'd be amazed in the decathlon, as I said the other day. I'm not sure if do you watch much other sport? Are you a rugby fan, AFL fan, anything like that? Okay, there's an AFL player's brother was here and he had no idea where he was standing. And I think because we kept telling him what time he needed, he ended up getting it and getting a medal. So a bit of pump hard that Blake Deary, he'll know 4:37.5, but this crowd maybe can come alive. And Bree, you understand that if my voice does go, you're up.
I got you.
Okay. You all heard that. You might just hear my mic randomly go off. 16s and 15s. So it's combined here. The men's under 15, the men's under 16. And in fact, there's 16 of them out there. So to keep in mind, I'll go through 1 through 6. Frost, Ferrante, Tanakawa, Anderson, Sanderson, Takuri and Dolman. They're your under 15 competitors. Under 16 is the other Frost. Dixon, Harlow, Wilson, Deary, Acklam, Gardner, Choi, Cheelan and Thompson. Now, for Blake Deary of the ACT, if he can run under 4:37.5, he'll take the national record in the under 16 heptathlon. So, Deary, the one to watch, out in front. And he is wearing number 11. And guess what? He's in the front of the race. So 4:37.5, the time for the young man. It'll be a personal best according to his dad. But Blake Deary, I think if this crowd can get behind him, we might be able to will him there. So Isaac Dixon now sitting behind. I think that may be Phoenix Cheelan. But Bree Deary, he looks good heading into this second lap.
Yeah, it's a fair gap between him and the rest of the field at the moment, and he's looking quite strong.
So 69 seconds through the first 400. That's quite quick. I think that puts him around that marker. So Blake Deary, to add to the toughness of it all, he'll have to do it by himself. So Blake Deary, 40 to 50 metres, I would say, ahead of the next man. It's him against the clock. He's got the gold, this man from the nation's capital. It's whether or not he can get the national record. 4:37.5 is what he needs to run under. So Blake Deary out in front. He's just going to go to work here. Every time he comes into this home straight, let's give him a big round of applause and will him along the line here, potentially for a national record. Blake Deary of the ACT. He's now stretched it to 70 metres out in front. So he's tough out here, the man from the nation's capital. Back in the field here, we'll get an understanding of where they're all sitting. It's Isaac Dixon in the under 16 event. The Victorian moving up on the shoulder there. Maddox Wilson looking really comfortable as this pack now starts to form. Jake Frost there, not far away either, is Daniel Harlow. The Victorian and Zach Sanderson as well in the under 15 event with the cap starting to move nicely. 2:23 it is through 800 for Blake Deary. 4:37.5 is the time we're looking for, and he's really gapping away here, Bree.
He's out there on his own at the moment. We're going to need to give him so much support in that home straight. There's nothing like racing out on your own.
It's a very tough way to do it, particularly, can you imagine, at the end of a heptathlon. So Blake Deary, he's still out on his own. The pack is sorting out behind him there, but he's so far ahead of it, he doesn't need to worry about it. He just needs to think about time. So Blake Deary from the ACT, he's been phenomenal across 2 days of competition. 4:37.5. I'll keep saying the time so that you remember it. That's what he needs to run under here. We'll get the best understanding of where he's at when he hears the sound of the bell. 4:37.5 is what he needs to run under. He's going to hit it at about 3:20. So A 76-second lap there will get him under it for Blake Deary. Let's will him across the line. He's lifting around the bend as well. Behind him here is going to be Isaac Dixon, the Victorian now of Maddox Wilson. He gets into it as well. Running really strongly are these two behind here. Now coming through as well is going to be Daniel Harlow, and moving nicely is Jake Frost. Up this back straight though, it's Blake Deary. He's been all on his own. He knew what he had to do. He would have been aware of the time, and with 200 metres, he's really well and truly in the possibility of doing it. So 4 minutes hits it. He needs to run under 37.5 to break the national record. So Blake Deary, ladies and gentlemen, I can't stress how hard this is for the young man from the ACT. His dad walked up to the commentary box. He said it'd be a big PB for him if he can get there. And he's 17 seconds away from a national record. Blake Deary of the ACT starts to get the arms pumping. 4:27, 28, 29. He'll go close. He'll go better than that. It's a national record. 4:34. Blake Deary, tough as nails. He'll win the event and he'll break the national record. Blake Deary of the ACT it is. Maddox Wilson here from Victoria starts to move. Outside of him, Isaac Dixon gets there. ACT 1-2 there. It's Jake Frost now from Victoria. Behind him is going to be Choi. Moving really nicely from Queensland was Anderson. And now it's going to be Zach Sanderson of Victoria. Not far away is Daniel Harlow of Queensland. They continue to come down to the line here. Big round of applause for all of our competitors. How about this kick from Harrison Dolman, the Victorian? He comes down to greet it with authority. Turkey there behind. Starting to move through now is also going to be Ferrante Tanakawa. And the final competitor of the under 15, under 16 as well, combined heptathlon is our Victorian. And he'll be tough here. I think it's Jake Frost. So, correct me if I'm wrong, but this is your final competitor here in the men's heptathlon. It's going to be Cooper Acklam. He greets it now, 5:51. But Blake Deary, in the under 16 heptathlon, will wait to be officially confirmed, but we believe a national record. Oh, Bree, that's cooked me.
I can't believe he did it.
That's got me.
That was amazing.
I thought you were stepping in. I thought, Bree's going to have to take over
I was ready to
here.
start jumping for him.
Bree was clapping in here. I don't know if you could hear her in the background.
Most exciting 1,500 metres I've ever watched.
That was the best final we've seen in the 1,500. Not to discredit any 1,500 metre runners out there, but I'd love to see his dad.
There he is, down there with him.
Is he? Oh, that's beautiful. So it gives him a big cuddle. We love that. So I'm going to say that Blake Deary's dad got him a national record, because without that crowd, he wouldn't have got there. Hey, there's going to be a break. It's nearly done. We've got some...
He's crying.
Oh, that
is pure emotion there. That is what it's about.
So we can see on the screen there, training partner's dad, Blake Deary, can't believe what he's just done. We'll go to a break with these scenes. And that's the romantic part of athletics. We'll be right back. Don't go anywhere. And that's the under 15. Where we think there's a national record is in the under 16 event. And we'll wait for that to pop up. 49.67. Blake Deary. Maddox Wilson in second. And then it was Jake Frost in third. So they couldn't catch each other. But I'm trying to do some research here, which, bear with me, might not end well. Hey,